This next thing I'm going to say is in no way, shape, or form political. So please don't take it that way. The vaccine. Look at some of you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Look at him. He's got booster written all over him. Look at him. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your bodies. I'm just here to share a story. I got vaccinated, okay, and I'm not saying it to get approval. I'm just telling you because, hey, look, I was 85% of the underlying conditions. At this point, I'm rolling the dice. Plus, I wanted to work. I got the vaccine, but it was one of those things where, in the beginning, when you wanted to get the vaccine, you couldn't just walk into a CVS. You had to make an appointment, and it was a drive out. You couldn't just show up because I tried. Oh, I tried using the face. I'm like, hey. Apparently this only works at Red Lobster. Oh, yeah, I could show up at Red Lobster at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. It's on. Do you have reservations? It's fluffy, make biscuits! But for the vaccine, no, I made my appointment like everyone else. It was a drive-out location, There's a little speaker box. May I help you? This is very familiar. Yeah, let me have a large vaccine. Pfizer, Moderna. I got a coupon, whatever's free. Pull up to the window. And then I pull up to the next window. And then a guy who's all covered up. He's got the whole, Then you give them your arm, and then they harpoon you, and they make you park your car for 10 to 15 minutes in case you have an allergic reaction. So I'm sitting in the car, and I got the radio going and the AC going, and I glance over, and I notice that there's people there protesting. And that's fine. Protesting is a right, and I'm all for it, okay? My problem is when protesters leave the sidewalk and get right in your face. So here's what happened. I glance over, I see the protesters, and I locked eyes with one of them. And I could do this all day. I'm in the car, right? Like, what? The lady who I'm looking at all of a sudden starts walking towards me. And I'm like, shit. She gets to my car and she starts going off on me. And I have never had a complete stranger go off on me for no reason at all. She gets to the car and she's like, "You are so stupid. You are so stupid. How could you get the vaccine? How could you get the vaccine? You have no idea what you just put inside your body, dumbass." I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Bitch, I eat chorizo." You have no idea what that vaccine has to work through in order to have any type of effect whatsoever. It's got to go through years with the chorizo, chicharrón, carnitas, carne asada, freaking hot dogs, bologna, spam, menudo, caldo de res. Oh, it's got to go through the gauntlet. So I get a letter in the mail from my old high school, and it's like, time for the reunion. My girlfriend saw the letter. She's like, "Ooh, your reunion." I go, "Yeah, my reunion. When is it? When are we going?" Actually, I was going to take my friend Tony because, we went to high school together. He's my best friend since high school, so I was going to take Tony. "You're going to take Tony instead of me. That's what's going to happen, huh? You're going to take Tony instead of me. Your girlfriend, you're going to take Tony." "No, it's okay. It's okay. You take Tony, okay? And I hope you have a great time." "Oh, thanks. I knew you'd understand, baby. I love you." Don't ask too many questions, you know what I mean? So my buddy Tony and I, we go to a high school reunion. We get there early, too early. There's nobody in the banquet hall. So we go upstairs to the bar area. We're watching a basketball game. Everything is cool until some guy recognized me. "Hey, you're the comedian." "What's up, dude?" "Dude, funny, bro. Let me buy you a shot." "Actually, man, I have my reunion right now, and I don't want to show up drunk. Oh, I see how it is, bro. You're too good, huh? That's what it is, huh? Excuse me, George Lopez. Let's do the stupid shot. All right, bartender shot. So he freaking makes a double. And we freaking cling, cling, and slammed it. I'm like, oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Let's do another one. Oh, hey, man, I'm okay. Thank you. See how it is, Paul Rodriguez? Let's do another shot. And he kept this pattern going. He must have had like 7 comedians behind his freaking wallet, you know? One after another. I got so drunk. I was that level of drunk where you can't even walk straight. You got to look at the ground to navigate. You know, you're just kind of... I get to the reunion. There's a lady at a table, and she's got stickers on the table that say, hello, my name is. And then with a Sharpie, you write your name. I was so drunk, I couldn't even write Gabriel. I wrote Flaco, which is Spanish for skinny. So, you know, I freaking write that, stick it on, and we walk in. The party's going on, you know. I'm trying to find a table. My buddy Tony took off. I couldn't find him. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. All of a sudden, the lights come up, and the class president is holding the microphone.
Welcome to the Wilson High School class reunion. Let's just cut to the chase, find out what everyone's been up to, and keep the party rocking.
So she pulls out a list.
Who's done this? Who's done that? Who has the most children?
Some girl in the back. 7. Everybody's like, puta. Now you remember. Okay. All right? She keeps going down the list.
Who's done this? Who's done that? Who's been on television?
Everybody at my table who wasn't talking to me before, you know, they weren't talking to me before. Now they're like, right here, right here, right here. I'm like, no, I'm drunk, no, shh. Sure enough, here comes the girl.
Oh, we have a celebrity over here. Come on, say something. Get up here, Flaco. Come on, Flaco, get up here.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, come on, get up here. Are you too good or what?
So I got mad and I jumped up. I'm not too good. Everybody, my name is Gabriel Iglesias. I don't want to say a whole lot right now because I've been drinking and I don't want to say nothing stupid. It's really nice to be here with everybody. I see 2 girls here tonight. 2 who, when I was in the 12th grade, I asked out to the prom. And they said no. But you know what? It's okay. Let me go. It's okay. You know what? It's okay because like she said, I've been on TV. And you 2 girls who said no, you got fat. One of them yells out,
you're fat too.
I know I'm fat, but I was fat in high school. I kept my figure, why couldn't you? I will tell you, though, that I did not handle the breakup well. She was, in fact, the first breakup, like real. She was my first true love. I'll just say it. She was my first true love. And I did not handle it well. You're supposed to have your heart broken when you're like 12. When you have your first crush. That's when you're supposed to have your first heartache, not in your 40s. It's supposed to be when you're young, when you're little, when you're resilient, you know? You're like, you realize it's not going to work out, so you're devastated. No! Yeah. Not when you're in your 40s. So without divulging too much information, let me just tell you that when everything was finalized, I was at the gas station and I got a text message basically saying, everything's been signed, it's official, it's turned in. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I get in the car, I start the car, and then I put it in drive. And that's when it hit. That's when it became real. That's when it was like, oh my God, I can no longer go home. That's no longer an option. I have messed things up. I can no longer go back to what I called home. I have to restart my life right then and there at the gas station. And I had a full-blown meltdown. And some of you know that my tour came to an end a while back, and people were wondering, is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it mental health? I was going through my first breakup. How was I supposed to be an effective comedian when I couldn't stop crying? You know what I mean? It was like, it was bad. And you guys have heard the shows before. You know I never bring this up. It was the lowest point of my life. I had never felt so sad, weak, vulnerable, depressed, lonely, everything all rolled into one. And it was at the lowest point of my life that I found that's right, country music. Country music knows when you're sad. Country music knows when you're weak. Country music knows when you're vulnerable and you need something to fill the void. I used to fight off country music. I used to look at country music in the face and tell country, you could take your ache, you break your heart, you keep on moving. But not today. Let me tell you what's going on. I'm in the car and I'm crying so much. My tears are rolling down my cheek and they're blending with my snot. They're blending with my mocos. My tears are blending with my mocos and then blending with my babas, with my drool. I have 3 different fluids coming out of my face at the same time. My neck looked like menudo. It was bad. All I needed was a pinche limón y cebolla. That's it, right there. I am making ugly sounds, and I don't want to hear myself, so I turn on the stereo, and I started hitting buttons, and it lands on the country station. And I knew immediately that it was country music I was listening to, and I did not try to change the station, because I figured, you know what? I deserve to suffer more for the mistakes I made and the people I hurt. So I let it play and play and play and play. I listened to country music for over an hour, and I came to this conclusion. Country music has at least one song that will speak to your heart directly because you feel like the artist wrote the song specifically about you and your life because of how detailed the songs are. Oh yeah, my hat's off to country music singers and artists. You guys, you know how to do something very well, and it's not till you experience a certain time of your life that it makes sense. I'm in that car bawling, and all of a sudden on the radio I hear this. It's been 7 days since you seen her. How does he know it's been 7 days since I've seen her? You just can't get her off your mind. 'Cause every little thing that you do or say is another reason you pushed her away. And now you're sitting in your car all alone. What does he do? Make it stop! And it doesn't stop. It keeps kicking you on the ground, reminding you what a piece of crap you are. You should have gone home and locked the door, but you was outside being a whore. And now you're sitting in your car all alone. Do you think your mom would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now? I said, Emily, let me tell you something. If she says no, I want to meet him. I'll be right back. Ama, dime, mijo. Emily wants to know if you would like to meet Vicente Fernandez right now. Mijo, that sounds nice. All right, Emily, she's in. Emily goes, is she even a fan? I go, trust me, that's her reaction. She's good. She has the whole house covered with Vicente Fernandez records and cassettes. Okay, we're good. So Emily comes back and she puts these special VIP bracelets on us with a little click. and she walks us through a door into the backstage area. As soon as we went through the door, I knew exactly where we were. I was just there a week ago. So I got my mom arm in arm, and we're walking down the hallway, okay? Come on, Ma, let's go. Let's go. We're walking down the hallway, and we're getting closer and closer to Vicente Fernandez's dressing room. The door is wide open, and I can hear a commotion coming out of the dressing room. And then a man and a woman exit the room, and the man is holding on to the woman's shoulders, and he's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And the woman looks destroyed, okay? Mascara's running down her face. My mom sees that, and she's like,
Mijo, did you see that? Did you see what the mascara? What the mascara parece puta la cabrona.
sorry, puta means friendly. So we get by the door, and the closer we get, we start to see a guy in the room. He comes to the door. In the room, there's three people, okay? There's Vicente Fernandez, the photographer, and a handler. The handler comes to the door, and you can tell by his voice that he works for like a Mexican radio station because he's got that voice. You know, hola, hola, pásale, pásale. Pásale in Spanish means come on in. So we start to walk into the room. And let me tell you guys something. If you grew up listening to Vicente Fernandez from a young age and you get the opportunity to meet him, it is seriously a religious experience. My mom and I are entering the room. The only thing missing is the freaking You don't look at him, you look at the floor. Out of respect, you just look at the floor. Come on, Ma. We get all the way up to him and I see boots. And when I see the boots, my mom and I both just... He knows what you're doing. He knows you're checking him out. So what he does is he poses, okay? Vicente stands there and he poses. He'll have the sombrero, the hat, to his side. And then he doesn't look at you. He looks away. And he sticks his chest out. And he stands there looking like a big-ass bottle of Tapatio at Costco. And then he looked at me. And he recognized me. Not as a comedian, but because I was there the week before and my photo was hanging outside his door. It's whoever's there last, you know, they always rotate the photo. So he sees me and he's like,
Hijo, tú eres el muchacho que está en la foto, que está allá afuera.
I go, yeah, that's me outside, yeah. Hola. Vicente, I'm sorry. Le presento mi mamá. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just offered up my mom to Vicente Fernandez. She's like 73, better late than never, Ma, get him. My mom starts walking up to Vicente. He was so nice. He goes out to shake my mom's hand, and my mom grabs his hand. And I don't know where she got this strength and energy from, but she grabbed him and pulled him in hard, like the video game. Get over here. And then hooked him. She hooked him and she starts screaming into his chest, Mi chente, mi chente, mi chente. I'm like, oh my God, she's getting horny. And he knew too. Because he was like, you know, quítamela, quítamela. The photographer, the handler, and me, the three of us is what it took to pull her off of Vicente. We sit her down, she's bawling. Ah! Mascara's running down her face. The photographer shaking his head. I guess Vicente had dinner earlier that night. He was eating barbecue because I had those wet naps, barbecue wet naps. And so we take the wet naps and we start cleaning the mascara off my mom's face. And we stand her up and we posed her and we took the picture. Emily comes over and she takes us and she escorts us to our seats in the front. And for 3 hours, my mom was on her feet listening to his. She refused to sit down. Mom, you should sit. No, como que es el chente. Holding a shot of tequila that she never drank. She was 3 hours on her feet, never once sat down. That's how powerful his music was. My mom felt no pain for that entire time. And the minute that freaking concert was over, tan, 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 tan. My feet! Oh my God, mijo, mis pies! Ay, pinche callo! Oh my God, my feet! Ay! And I'm like, oh great. So now I gotta drag this living novela to the parking lot. I helped her into the car. I told you to sit down. You don't sit for Chente. Here comes Emily. Did you guys have a good time? I go, Emily, we had the greatest time. Thank you so much. I got something for you. I go, what's up? And she hands me an envelope and I open it. And inside the envelope is the picture. She printed it out for me. And when I looked at it, I got so choked up because I have never seen my mom so happy in a picture. And it's not that she wouldn't smile. She would smile, but it was that, 1, 2, 3, cheese. But this one was like... And what makes it extra special is that is the last photo I have of my mom, and she was the happiest. And I know that that moment wouldn't be possible if I did not do this for a living. So thank you for that. Sorry, I know a lot of people are like,
We came to laugh. We're getting all pinche gordo. Me está chillando. Oh my God.
oh. Getting back into the swing of things, we have definitely come a long way from 2020. The fact that we're in a sold-out stadium, elbow to elbow, ready to laugh, have fun. We've come a long way. 2020, you guys, I got to just thank my dogs. I got to thank my dogs because my dogs kept me sane. They kept me happy. They kept me focused. Because I was so depressed. I was sad. I didn't know what to make of things. Do we have any dog owners? Yeah? See, dog owners, you know what's up. No other animal in the world will give you 100% like a dog. What, cat? No. I'm sorry. No disrespect to cats or cat owners. But cat owners, you know as well as I do. Your cats, because I know you got more than one. Your cats look at you like you live in their house. You walk in, you try to scold them for something. And then when you try to talk to them, they turn their back on you and show you their butthole. And you're staring, you're like, oh my God, it's so dark. Only a dog will give you 100% of itself. That's why they get so sad when they know you're about to leave, and why they get so happy when you come home. You are literally everything they've been looking forward to. And now you're back! I know for a fact, nothing on this planet loves me more than my dogs. I said this last night and someone said, what about your son? I said, nothing loves me more. I could leave my dressing room for 1 minute or 1 hour. When I come back, the reaction is the same. It is the greatest moment ever, every single time. Oh yeah. My dog Vinny will jump off the couch and run towards me top speed. And then when he gets to me, he jumps up and down. And he makes a sound like a... You can almost hear, where were you? Where were you? Where were you? And he pees everywhere. I used to get upset that he would do that, but then I thought about it. My dog loves me so much, he cannot control his own bodily functions. That's why when I would go home, I would immediately pick him up before anything. And then my girlfriend would get mad. How come you don't come to me first? I said, because the dog loves me more. How do you know I don't love you more? I said, I don't see a puddle. Mira, dry. Yeah, she didn't like that. Sorry. But yeah, these dogs, man, let me tell you. And I apologize if I'm kind of stuttering or I'm not as focused right now. I have never been distracted by a blimp with my face on it. I'm sorry, Netflix, but shit, this... This is like a birthday and Christmas and the Super Bowl and the World Series and losing my virginity all at the same time. Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blimp. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just so goddamn happy right now. Thank you. I wish my mom were here to see this. You have no idea. She would have been happy to see all of you, but she would have been like, no, chinga su madre, mira lo que mi hijo está en el cielo. Anda ya con Jesus in the sky, mira. But again, I understand that some people need to be held accountable for certain actions. I just feel like a lot of times a simple conversation can fix things. I know that based on today's rules, I can be canceled right now for previous comedy specials that I've done over the years. And I understand that, so I'm just waiting for the call. I know I can be canceled for previous comedy specials. And I know they probably expect me to apologize, but I would never apologize for my previous work because you know what? It was perfectly acceptable at the time. Clearly, there are things I would change now, but at the time, no. There's no way to go back and apologize for that when everything was okay. I want to let you all know right now that there are things about me that you don't know that you're going to find out sooner than later. So basically, what I'm trying to do at this moment is do what my lawyer said and get ahead of it. I offended someone whose name I should have never brought up. I offended a professional fighter. His name is Canelo. I know. Go big or go home. If you are not familiar with who Canelo is, give me a few seconds to explain. Canelo is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Okay? You cannot miss him. He is, in fact, Mexican, but he does not look traditional. Canelo is, in fact, the whitest Mexican on earth. He's super white. He's so white, he's redhead. Canelo is a redheaded white Mexican fighter. He is so white, even Donald Trump was like, you can come. Super white. But then he opens his mouth and you realize, oh, Canelo,
He's not local.
So here's how I got in trouble. A comedy friend of mine by the name of Ron White reached out to me. And Ron White invited me to be part of his Tribute to the Troops comedy show for the Nashville Network. And I told Ron, I said, Ron, I'd love to do the show. Anything for the troops, let's do this. So the show taped in Vegas. And it's a couple other comics plus myself. And Ron White's the host. He brings me up on stage and I figure I'm only doing 10 minutes. Okay. I might as well just do references to Las Vegas since everybody knows Vegas. So I started talking about boxing. And then I brought up Canelo. And here's where I got in trouble. I said, Canelo is my favorite fighter of all time. I just wish... And it was all downhill after that. I said, I just wish he would not do interviews in English because English is not his strong language. And if you're a professional hear me out. If you're a professional fighter, you need to sound confident, engaged, threatening, aggressive, on point, in your face. And in Spanish, he does. In English, not so much. In Spanish, he's a killer. In Spanish, the reporter, the announcer comes out. Aquí estamos con Canelo Álvarez que se va a pelear contra Floyd Money Mayweather este fin de semana en pay-per-view en el MGM Grand en Las Vegas, Nevada. I know some of you heard that right now and you're like, oh my God, I think I understand Spanish. Because you do. So then the reporter will look at Canelo and ask him about the fight. Canelo, ¿qué vas a hacer en tu pelea? Canelo takes the microphone. He's a man of few words, but he's on point. He looks at the camera and he's like, pues mira, lo pegar así, va a pegar el piso. ¡Sas! Así mero, no se lo pierde ese fin de semana en el MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Canelo Álvarez contra Floyd Money Mayweather. No se lo pierda. Same exact interview. English. I'm standing here alongside Mexican superstar Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's going to be facing Floyd Money Mayweather this weekend on pay-per-view. Canelo, what is your strategy and your plan of attack going into this weekend's fight against such a technical opponent, if you will? A man who has single-handedly redefined the sport of boxing. What is your plan of attack going into the fight?
Well, I am going to hit him like this. I'm going to hit him like this. He's going to fall on the, ¿cómo se dice piso, güey? Floor. He's going to fall to the floor and then tan tan, así. All right, well, there you have it. Floyd Mayweather, I hope you are ready, my friend, because, yeah, that's what's waiting for you. Reporting live for ESPN News, I'm Phil Stevens. Back to you in the studio, and we're out. The hell was that, goddammit? Why did you warn me? So word gets back to Team Canelo about the joke that I did. I find out because I have friends in the boxing community who reached out to tell me, bro, what happened? I said, what are you talking about? Dude, we heard. Heard what? We heard that Team Canelo's pissed. I said, so what does that have to do with me? Well, I guess it's about a joke you did about Canelo. Huh? Who showed him? If I would have known one of the best fighters in the world was going to see me do a joke about him, I would have never done a joke about him. I didn't think he'd ever see Ron White's Tribute to the Troops comedy show on the Nashville Network. I didn't think he was ever going to see it. Shit was in English. Now I'm worried about the confrontation because I know it's only a matter of time. And I know where he's going to confront me. It's going to happen in Vegas.
And the reason why I'm so confident that it's going to happen there is because when I perform in Vegas, I perform for MGM Grand Properties. And so I get free tickets to the fights. And I always go because it's free. And they put me ringside so that my face comes out on the Jumbotron to help me sell tickets. And so I know, because I've seen Canelo at fights before ringside. I've never spoken to him, but I know that's where it's going to happen. And I'm nervous about this confrontation because I don't know if he's going to confront me in English or Spanish. I hope it's in Spanish because I want to feel the fear. You know what I'm saying? I hope, he's like, Te voy a matar, pinche gordo! I'm just worried he might, Hey, Joe, fat bitch mother fluffy. I see a couple of young adults right there. How old are you guys? You're 13. Wow. And next to you? How old are you? You're 10. Okay. I am so sorry for what Martin said. 10 years old. But you know what though? I can't feel too bad because you know what? 10-year-olds are young adults. You are a young adult. I don't see you as a kid. A kid to me, first of all, is someone who doesn't have access to the internet. You have, I'm sure, a tablet or a cell phone or access to online services, right? Services. What the hell is he talking about? Bad choice of words. You know what I mean, right? You've probably seen and heard a few things already, and the parents are like, no, not my child. No, I locked their phone. Yeah, but you don't lock their friend's phone. I feel bad whenever I say something that's kind of like risque, whenever parents bring like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and yes, it happens. Then I feel bad, because then I'll meet them after the show, and I'm like, I am so sorry for what you heard me say. And it's always funny to see the parents say, oh, they hear worse at home. Nothing like watching a 4-year-old confirm that, just... Like, for example, my son, he's 18 years old, but he still doesn't cuss at home, okay? Now, whatever he does in public, I have no control over, but at home, he knows he cannot cuss. One time in like 13 years, I caught my son cussing at home, and I couldn't even get mad. He had fallen down the stairs. I don't mean to laugh, but think about it. What am I going to do to him that's worse than what he just did to himself? I heard it too. Son of a bitch! I ran over. I didn't even check his safety. I was like, what did you say? Say, you earned that one. I said, if you want to say the F word, next time let me push you. That's when I knew he fell hard. Really? No, get up here. Come on. Well, cool. Welcome, you guys. I hope you have a good time. I know you're getting nervous, Dad. You see me talking to you, you're like, what's he telling my son? No, nothing. Nothing. Being cool. But thank you for trusting me to bring your kids to the show. For your young adults. Sorry. Thank you for trusting me to bring your young adults to the show. And by the way, I know I keep pointing at people in the front right here. If you're here tonight with someone you have no business being here with, and you see a camera coming by, just be like, hey, victory! They're very respectful. They'll go to the next person. Don't even worry about that. And that's another thing that's changed, you guys. My son Frankie is now 18 years old and 1 week away from graduation. You guys are clapping, but he's not leaving. I've already asked him, I said, Frankie, what do you want to do with your life? Have you thought about college? Just now. I'm like, Frankie, you do realize that all you need to do is get accepted.
I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education, no matter where you want to go. As long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I say, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school out of state, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those international programs. The ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children. What is it called when you kid swap? Thank you. Sorry. That's right. Exchange. Some of you are like, that's called human trafficking. Different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm going to do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most American children take for granted. That's why I say, give me little Tombutu. Give me Tombutu. I would love Tombutu, and Tombutu would love me.
Mr. Fluffy?
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps right here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to like IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it.
This is the Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Tombutu can do for you, please tell me. Anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son's on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi.
Andมันสร้างเราแต่ก็เราติดเท้าเอาจะต้อง
But every now and then I go out and I wanna meet people. I wanna see cool things. And for example, comedy. I'm a huge fan of comedy, not just performing it, but I love going to shows. I go to a comedy show every now and then alone. Now, I don't know if that sounds weird to you guys, but for me to do anything nowadays by myself, it's my crew, all the people that work for me, they freak out when I go places because they're always concerned for my safety. You know, what if someone tries to kidnap you? Well, they're gonna earn it. I got into a fight with some of my team members and I said, you know what, I'm going out. I bought myself a ticket and I went to go watch Chris Rock one night in concert. Now, I says, you know what? Maybe I can make my way backstage and I don't know, if I get lucky, maybe I'll say hi to him. I've always wanted to meet him. So I go to the side of the stage and I run into security and I said, hey. He looked at me and said, Fluffy! And when he did that, I said, hey, listen, I forgot my keys. I'll be right back. And the guy's like, yeah, keep going. Get your keys, get your keys, get your keys. I'm like, oh my God, that shit worked. Just like that, I snuck backstage at a Chris Rock concert. Once I was behind the curtain, I was in my element. I knew where everything was. I knew where the food was. I knew where the dressing rooms were, where the bathrooms were. I'm walking around with a soda. People are coming up to me. You know, we didn't know you were gonna be here. I got a call last minute. Looking for my keys. I says, you know what? I got this far. I'm gonna push it. I wanna meet him. I've always wanted to meet Chris Rock. It was not hard. Once I was back there, I just had to go to the dressing rooms. All I had to do was read the name on the door. I'm standing there in front of the door and I'm hyperventilating. Just the door opens up and there's this man in there, this bodyguard who's just massive. I'm a big guy, but damn, dude was huge. As soon as he opened the door, just welcome to Jurassic. Big! Grandote! And I'm standing there and I'm like, hi. And he's like, can I help you? Yes, my name is Gabriel. I'm a comedian and I wanted to see if I could say hi to Chris Rock, if that's possible. You say you're a comedian? Yes. Well, then you understand Chris is going over his material right now. He really ain't trying to talk to nobody. So I'll tell you what, player, if you want to come by after the show, you're more than welcome to. But right now, it's not a good time. Chris Rock is a busy man. Can I wave? Excuse me? Can I wave? What you mean? Can I wave at Chris? I don't have to come in. Can I wave? Chris Rock is in the room. He can hear the stupid conversation that's taking place. I know this because I can hear Chris Rock in the background. What's going on? Who's at the door? Move out the way. Yo, Chris, I got this, man. I got this. Move. All right. And the guy stands to the side, and now I'm looking at Chris Rock, and he recognized me, and it freaked me out. Oh, yeah, it freaked me out. He's like, ah, shit. Look who it is. Look who it is. It's the king of the Mexicans. Chris Rock called me the king of the Mexicans. For the rest of the show, everyone referred to me as El Chapo. Some of you already know because you've been to my shows in the past. My poison of choice is tequila. Certain alcohol I no longer mess with anymore. Like I no longer mess with Jaeger. See, first of all, any alcohol that will make you say its name is not safe. And that's the only alcohol that will make you do that. That's the only one you hear people. Jaeger! You don't hear anyone else. You don't hear Mexicans. Tequila way! You don't hear black people. Hennessy playa. You don't hear Japanese. Whoa, saki saki! Jaeger is scary for a few reasons. One, I'm type 2 diabetic. I shouldn't even be drinking, but Jaeger has twice as much sugar in it. Second thing is the consistency. It's very sticky. It's like cough syrup. So if you drink too much of it, it holds on longer than anything else. And it's nasty. When you drink it, you're like, ah!
Palatos, palatos, palatos.
It's horrible. If you drink too much of it, it holds on longer than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have one too many beers, you know what happens. You get the, and then you return it to the rightful owner. Jaeger makes you feel like you gotta bring it back, but you can't. All it does is make you dramatic for 45 minutes until it lets go. You've seen someone like that. Hey, you okay? I'm fine, but they can't throw up. All they're doing is 6-minute abs. People look at you the next day. Are you into fitness? No, I'm a drunk. Yeah. Jaeger is scary. Another alcohol I refuse to mess with anymore is wine. Look at the people over there. We're from Schaumburg. For those of you that don't know, Schaumburg is the kind of the Beverly Hills of the area, so I'm sure you figured that one out by now. My issue with wine is very simple. I don't like the fact that wine is socially accepted. And what I mean by that is that if you see someone with a bottle of wine, if you see a guy crossing the street with a bottle of wine, immediately he's judged, but in a positive way. Because wine is always associated with something high class, something positive, something progressive, an anniversary, a celebration, a promotion. So you try to figure it out. Hey, what do you think is going on over there? Graduation? Promotion? It's gotta be good. Hey, good for you, buddy! Women see a man with a bottle of wine holding a couple of glasses and immediately,
Aww. Lucky bitch.
it's still alcohol. It will still mess you up. The main reason why I don't like wine is because you cannot accurately measure wine. You can measure real liquor. It's called a shot. And you know after drinking enough times what you can handle and what you can't handle. Because people who drink a lot love to brag about their drinking abilities. They have their drinking number, right? They have their drinking number.
You'll hear them. 11 shots of Don Julio. Woo! Yeah! They have their drinking number. Even women.
After 4 shots of Cuervo, I am so good. 4 shots is my sweet spot.
What happens if you do 5?
I'll wake up in an alley.
What happens if you do 6?
That's how I met Tyrone.
See, with wine, you cannot accurately measure how much you're drinking unless you're basing it on the bottle. And if you're basing it on the bottle, then that's a whole different issue. With wine, the glasses are always different sizes. Sometimes they're big glasses, sometimes they're small glasses, and a lot of times you need to rely on someone to pour it for you. Sometimes they know what they're doing, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they fill it up too high, which is not the proper amount. Sometimes they get it just right, which is a little bit less than half of the glass. Sometimes you get that greedy bastard from Olive Garden. You know what I'm talking about? Where you get that little sample, and then you have to hold it up in direct sunlight and do this. And then you drink it, and you're like, that's pretty good. I got a coupon for that. Here you go. And you never see wine drinkers drinking with real drinkers in dive bars. You might see them at a social gathering like this one or some corporate function, but never at a little hole in the wall. You'll never see Jaeger!
Tequila way!
And in the middle,
Mellow, I say. Oh, this is a fantastic establishment. I truly enjoy the decor here. This